Okay, what just happened feels absolutely unreal. It's kind of like watching history being written in real time. Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down the data, the culture, and the unprecedented milestones of the world's biggest phenomena. Today, we're looking at a group that didn't just casually break a record. No, they completely dominated the global music scene all at once. BTS just pulled off a historic, simultaneous Billboard sweep with their highly anticipated comeback, and it is literally sending shockwaves through the entire industry. I am so excited to unpack exactly how they pulled this off. In a single week, BTS conquered 5 major Billboard charts. We're talking the Hot 100, the Billboard 200, the Artist 100, the Global 200, and the Global excluding US charts. All hitting #1 at the exact same time. Like, this level of dominance, it just isn't supposed to happen in today's highly fragmented music industry. It's not just a success story, it's an absolute takeover. So let's dive right into this. We're gonna break this explainer down into 4 chapters: shattering global charts, deconstructing Arirang, touring the Americas, and finally, the economic BTS effect.
All right, chapter 1, shattering global charts.
To really wrap your head around the scale of what BTS is doing right now, you've got to look at the mobilization of their fan base, ARMY. It's a global force unlike anything else out there. On release day, Arirang completely shattered the Apple Music record for the biggest K-pop and pop group album based on first-day streams worldwide. Over on Spotify, the album secured a mind-blowing 1.5 million pre-saves before it even dropped. And this isn't just a flash in the pan either. The album has held incredibly strong, staying in the top 5 of the Billboard 200 for 6 consecutive weeks. That is some serious staying power.
But guys, here is my absolute favorite statistic from this whole streaming sweep. Track number 29 on the album, which by the way is literally just a 1 minute and 38-second interlude of a ringing bell, debuted in the Apple Music Global Top 50. And in some regions, it peaked at number 29, which perfectly matches its track number. So what does this actually mean? Well, it proves that fans aren't just cherry-picking the catchy singles. They are streaming this entire album continuously, top to bottom, exactly the way the artists intended.
Which brings us to Chapter 2, Deconstructing Arirang.
You see, behind those massive numbers is a really meticulously crafted musical narrative. If you put on your music critic hat for a second, Arirang is actually designed to simulate the entire emotional arc of a comeback. The album kicks off with tracks like Aliens and Hooligan actively calling fans to the stadium, practically demanding the whole arena jump. Then we hit this massive climax with the title track Swim, just totally basking in that pure, fire-fueled adrenaline high of a live show. But then, the album takes this brilliant, dark shift. Tracks like Merry-Go-Round and Normal represent this spiraling anxiety, dealing with the outside noise, the harsh criticism, the feeling of being pigeonholed by the media. Finally, after a gorgeous dreamlike sequence of synth tracks, the whole thing ends with Into the Sun. It's this beautiful awakening at dawn that just reaffirms their commitment to their music and to their fans. It is honestly a masterpiece of storytelling.
So how does this conceptual journey translate into the real world? Chapter 3, Touring the Americas.
Taking this massive album into physical stadiums brought its own set of wild revelations. Before the tour kicked off, there was definitely some chatter among Korean netizens expecting that, maybe BTS's appeal had diminished or that the crowds would be quiet, reserved, and strictly young females. The reality in places like Tampa completely gagged the onlookers. The crowds were wildly diverse across all ages, genders, races. It wasn't just a polite sit-and-watch concert, it was this high-energy, hip-thrusting, sing-along festival atmosphere. It pretty much proved once and for all that going to a BTS show is a massive, inclusive party that totally transcends the traditional K-pop label. And when the tour rolled into El Paso, Texas, the local impact was just historic. El Paso County actually awarded the group the Estimado Amigo, or Esteemed Friend honor, specifically recognizing their public values and massive tourism impact. They officially declared the concert dates a BTS Weekend, and local fans successfully campaigned to illuminate the city's landmark star on the mountain in bright purple for an entire week. Plus, BTS became the first Korean artist to ever headline the massive Sun Bowl Stadium. The physical footprint of this tour is just staggering. In Tampa alone, the pop-up shops generated roughly 190,000 in foot traffic. They completely took over the city. But of course, that sheer volume of human beings brings some logistical hurdles. At the El Paso shows, an overwhelming concentration of about 30,000 fans all crowded the stadium's main north gate. Combined with some ticket scanning tech issues, this caused a 50-minute delay to the start of the show. It was delayed so long that Jin actually had time to beat a difficult video game boss backstage while he was waiting. But fans waited patiently, trading handmade gifts and freebies, which just proves how incredibly dedicated this community really is. Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Chapter 4, the economic BTS effect. So what actually happens to a local economy when tens of thousands of highly dedicated fans descend on a single city for a weekend? $75 million. That is the massive economic ripple effect the local tourism organization projected for El Paso's economy from just 2 nights of concerts. Local businesses, from boba tea shops to pizza joints around the university, reported it was the busiest they had ever been for any major event in the area's history. They set up customized purple-themed menus, braced for impact, and still had their sales expectations completely shattered. And this isn't just some local Texas phenomenon. We have the hard government data to back it up. The South Korean Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism analyzed recent domestic BTS concerts, and the numbers are honestly mind-blowing. Compared to a general international tourist, a foreigner traveling specifically for a BTS concert stays longer, averaging 8.7 days versus 6.1 days, and they spend significantly more. We're talking 3.53 million won compared to 2.45 million won. In one specific stadium neighborhood, foreign credit card expenditures saw a 38-fold jump compared to the previous year. The government literally relies on this BTS effect as a massive economic catalyst. But amidst all these shattered charts, ticket sales, and millions of dollars, we really can't forget the core of why this actually works. As El Paso fan Ashley Hauer put it, when I was in middle school, I was getting bullied a lot, so they were starting their BTS Love Yourself around that time. That definitely helped me. Behind every single ticket sold, behind every album stream, there's a deeply personal human connection. The music provides a lifeline, uplifting messages, and a global community where fans feel safe and seen. And the wildest part? This incredible journey is far from over. Right now, the group has touched down in Mexico City under super tight security. Social media is just flooded with welcome messages and purple hearts, as over 150,000 ticket-holding fans are getting ready to pack the Estadio GNP Seguros for a monumental 3-day run. The scale of this influence is massive, and their energy is clearly as strong as ever. So looking at everything they've achieved with Arirang so far, it leaves us with one massive question. Are we about to witness an even bigger record being shattered next? Keep watching, because with BTS, history happens fast. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.